Hello, wanderer, and welcome to our quiet corner of calm. Tonight, we will fall asleep together, not rushing, not hurrying, just slowing our breaths and letting the world wait outside. Get cozy, settle into your chair or bed, wrap yourself in warmth, and allow your thoughts to soften. Tonight, the first will guide you into a forest where magic glows softly, and every step is a whisper of peace. We will walk together, letting the night fold around us like a gentle blanket, carrying us into dreams. In this forest, a little fox carries a lantern, tiny but bright, glowing softly like a captured star. It is not fierce or frightening, but gentle, patient, a guide for all creatures that need a safe path. The fox moves slowly along mossy trails, stepping carefully on roots and stones, leaving the forest undisturbed. We follow behind, letting each of our steps match its rhythm, our hearts slowing, our minds untangling. The leaves whisper above, brushing gently together, and the air carries the faint scent of earth, wet moss, and soft flowers. Every sound feels like a lullaby. The distant rustle of a branch, the soft babble of a stream, the occasional call of a night bird watching from above. The fox pauses beside a small stream, water shimmering under the moonlight like silver threads. Fireflies hover above, blinking softly, curious about the little light guiding our path. We kneel briefly by the edge of the stream, feeling the cool air, hearing the water ripple, letting the calm wash over us. Our breath slows, our chest rises and falls in a gentle rhythm, our minds softening. The forest seems alive with quiet magic, every shadow kind, every leaf a friend, every sound an invitation to settle deeper into the night. We continue along the path, past tall willow trees whose branches hang low, brushing the tops of our heads as if they were welcoming us. The fox weaves carefully through them, lantern glowing softly, guiding us toward a small clearing ahead. In this clearing, the ground is soft, cushioned with moss, and tiny glowing flowers sway gently, like they are breathing. We pause to watch the flowers, noticing their slow rise and fall, their quiet light wrapping around us like a warm hug. The fox sits down beside the pond, tail curled neatly around its paws, lantern casting golden reflections on the rippling water. We sit too, letting the soft glow fill our vision, letting the forest cradle us, every breath slowing, every heartbeat easing. Above, the stars twinkle softly, like tiny eyes watching kindly. The fox curls up beside the pond, lantern dimming to a sleepy glow. We lie back on the soft moss, letting the gentle night embrace us, every sound of the forest a tender melody guiding our sleep. The pond reflects the moon, silver and still, and the fireflies drift lazily through the air, creating tiny rings of light. A gentle wind moves through the clearing, rustling leaves like whispers of lullabies, carrying the scent of soft moss and wet earth. Our thoughts float freely, untethered, drifting along with the rhythm of the night. The fox lifts its little paw, watching the ripples fade in the pond, and we feel ourselves sinking deeper into comfort. Tiny glowing flowers close their petals as if yawning, and the small creatures of the forest settle into the grass. The night feels protective, holding us, keeping us safe. Every breath carries us slower, every heartbeat steadies us, and we drift gently into dreams, carried by the soft light of the fox's lantern and the tender hush of the forest around us. Time seems to fold and stretch, and we float with the fox through moonlit paths, over mossy hills, past sleepy streams. We see rabbits nestling into soft grass, owls perching in quiet trees, and fireflies dotting the air with gentle sparks of light. Every sound and movement is slow, soothing, like a lullaby sung by the forest itself. The fox pauses once more, looking back to make sure we are following, its tiny lantern swinging lightly. We feel our eyes growing heavy, our minds light, drifting as if floating on clouds above the soft earth. The fox leads us to a final clearing, round and safe, surrounded by trees that arch overhead like arms. Here, all the lost creatures have found rest, their bodies curled up in the moss, lanterns casting soft glows across their fur. We sit among them, feeling the warmth and calm settle over us completely. Our eyelids close gently, our breaths slow and steady, our hearts resting in rhythm with the night. The lantern's glow fades to a gentle shimmer. The forest holds its breath in quiet reverence, and the fox curls at the edge of the clearing, watching over us as we drift fully into sleep, safe, warm, and at peace. The fox curls beside the pond, lantern dimming to the faintest glow, and we watch the gentle light flicker over the water as the night carries us fully, completely, peacefully onward into dreams. Above, the sky is sprinkled with constellations we have never named, their faint light guiding our minds along calm trails of thought, and the forest hums quietly with life, each sound a soft companion, each shadow a gentle guide. We follow the fox slowly as it leads us toward a small hill covered in tall grasses and glowing flowers, the path winding like a ribbon through a magical world that seems built for rest and peace. A cool breeze brushes our skin, carrying faint scents of night-blooming flowers, damp earth, and the warmth of soft moss. Tiny fireflies rise along the path, circling lazily, their light mingling with the lantern to create a golden thread through the darkened forest. We step softly, feeling the comfort of the forest fold around us, every breath slower, every heartbeat steady, until the path opens into a larger clearing where soft glowing flowers cover the ground like a living carpet. The fox moves carefully among them, pausing to observe each bloom, as if checking for the safety of the night. We lie down on the flowers, letting the soft lights bathe us in warmth and calm, our eyelids heavy, our thoughts fading, and the forest, the fox, the fireflies, and the gentle night hold us fully as we drift further into a deep, peaceful, dream-filled sleep. As we drift among the silver stars and glowing flowers, the fox rises slowly, lantern swaying gently in its paws, and begins to lead us along a narrow path lined with soft ferns and tiny luminescent mushrooms. Each step feels slow and deliberate, the moss beneath our feet cushioning every movement, and the air is filled with the faint scent of wet earth and sweet night blooms. We follow quietly, noticing how the fireflies scatter in gentle arcs above us, weaving ribbons of light that mingle with the moon's soft glow. A gentle stream runs beside the path, water trickling over smooth stones, sending tiny ripples that glimmer in the soft lantern light. Somewhere, a family of rabbits hops silently through the grass, pausing only to glance at us before disappearing into the shadows. The fox pauses briefly at the edge of a small hilltop, looking back to ensure we are following, then continues onward, leading us through a quiet grove where ancient oaks stand tall, their branches stretched toward the sky like protective arms. Tiny glowing flowers dot the ground beneath them, casting soft, scattered light across the moss. We walk slowly, letting the calm of the grove settle in every muscle, every thought, every breath. Somewhere above, a nightingale begins a soft song, its voice delicate and steady, threading through the forest like a gentle lullaby. The fox guides us past a circle of smooth stones, worn and ancient, surrounding a small patch of soft moss. We kneel briefly to touch the velvety ground, feeling the life of the forest beneath our hands and the slow, steady pulse of night wrapping around us. Rising again, we follow the fox along a winding path that curves past a gentle stream where water plants sway and tiny fish flicker beneath the surface, their movements casting tiny ripples across the moonlit water. The path leads to a small glade where fireflies hover over softly glowing flowers, petals rising and falling in a rhythm, almost like breathing. We step carefully among them, letting the gentle glow of the forest wash over our skin and fill our mind with serenity. The fox curls up beside a tree trunk at the edge of the glade, lantern resting at its paws, and we settle nearby, sinking into the soft moss and tall grasses, the gentle sound of the stream, the distant call of night birds, the whisper of wind through the trees, and the slow dance of fireflies above weave together into a calming symphony, pulling us ever deeper into sleep. We lie back fully, eyes closing softly, feeling the warmth of the night, the safety of the forest, and the steady, comforting presence of our little fox companion beside us. The lantern glows faintly, fireflies drift lazily, and the moon casts silver shadows over the clearing, wrapping us in quiet, peaceful magic as our dreams begin to bloom slowly, softly, completely. As the lantern flickers softly beside the fox, we feel the night wrap around us like a gentle blanket, the air warm and scented with faint flowers and damp moss. Tiny insects hover lazily above the glowing petals, their lights mingling with the lantern to create a soft golden shimmer that stretches across the clearing. The fox rises slowly, its paws making no sound on the moss, and begins to lead us along a winding trail that curves past tall ferns and clusters of glowing mushrooms. Each step is deliberate and calm, our own breathing syncing with the gentle rhythm of the forest. Somewhere nearby, a stream hums quietly over smooth stones, its water reflecting the moonlight in a slow, hypnotic dance. We follow the fox past the stream to a small hill covered in soft grasses, dotted with flowers that glow faintly, as if breathing in time with our hearts. A gentle breeze brushes our skin, carrying the delicate scent of night-blooming blossoms. Fireflies rise again in lazy spirals, their soft golden lights weaving intricate patterns in the air as the fox pauses to look back, ensuring we are following. The forest feels alive but completely safe, every shadow gentle, every sound soft, as if the night itself is a lullaby. Tiny creatures peek from the underbrush. A pair of deer step carefully into view before moving silently away. A hedgehog curls into a small ball at the edge of the path, and a pair of owls shift gently on low branches, watching us with calm, golden eyes. The fox leads us onward into a grove of willows, branches hanging low to form a natural tunnel. We step beneath them slowly, letting the soft swaying of the leaves brush against our faces, the rustling sound blending with the distant trickle of the stream and the gentle hum of crickets. A small pond appears ahead, its surface smooth and reflective, the moon mirrored perfectly above. We kneel beside the water, watching tiny fish flicker beneath the surface, and ripples slowly spread across the pond. The fox curls beside the pond once more, tail wrapped neatly, lantern dim to the faintest glow. We lie back on the soft moss, feeling the night hold us completely, every muscle relaxed, every thought softening. The fireflies drift higher, tracing delicate arcs in the air. The flowers pulse faintly, and the moon casts silver light over the gentle clearing. We feel completely safe, completely calm, completely embraced by the slow, steady rhythm of the forest. Our breathing grows even slower, our heartbeat steadies, and the fox beside us seems to breathe in time with the entire forest. We drift further into dreams, carried gently by the soft glow of lantern light, the whispering trees, the rippling pond, and the comforting presence of our little fox companion guiding us through the peaceful night. As we follow Fox beneath the swaying willows, the soft glow of mushrooms lighting our path, a sudden shimmer catches our eyes ahead. A pair of shadowy figures hover above a clearing, twisting and swirling in unnatural shapes. They are not frightening, just restless spirits of the forest, playful and mischievous. And the fox pauses, ears twitching, lantern held high. Slowly, we step closer, feeling our hearts steady, the night's calm wrapping around us like a protective cloak. The shadows roll faster, moving like smoke caught in a gentle wind, forming twisting shapes that flicker silver and blue. The fox steps forward, tiny paws firm on the moss, and lets out a soft, steadying sound, a reassurance more than a roar, and the shadows hesitate. Circling slowly, one shadow stretches toward a glowing flower, attempting to snuff its light, but the fox moves quickly, light from its lantern spilling over the petals, restoring their soft glow. The shadows twist and dance, playful yet determined, weaving between trees, brushing past fireflies, but the fox follows carefully, positioning its lantern so the light spreads across the clearing. We feel no fear, only curiosity and calm, watching the gentle struggle of light and shadow. Tiny sparks flicker as the lantern's golden glow touches the shadows, and slowly they begin to lose their restless swirl, settling back into delicate wisps that drift lazily into the night air. One last flicker of silver passes above the pond before the shadows dissolve completely, leaving the clearing calm and softly illuminated once more. The fox pauses, chest rising and falling slowly, eyes calm, lantern light steady, and we breathe deeply, letting the tension of the brief disturbance melt from our bodies. The meadow seems brighter now, the glowing flowers more vivid, the fireflies floating lazily as if celebrating the return of calm. We kneel beside the pond, dipping a hand into the cool, reflective water, watching tiny ripples spread, each one carrying away the last traces of unrest. The fox curls beside the pond once again, tail neatly wrapped, lantern casting a warm, gentle glow across the soft moss. Above, the stars twinkle faintly. The moon casts silver light over the clearing, and the forest resumes its peaceful rhythm, the small, playful fight, now a part of the magic of the night rather than a threat. Every sound, the rustle of leaves, the gentle hum of insects, the distant song of night birds, blends into a soothing lullaby. We sink fully into the moss, feeling safe, warm, completely held by the forest, the pond, the fox, and the moonlight as we drift gently into sleep once more, knowing the night is ours, steady, calm, and infinitely magical. After the shadows faded, Fox rose and trotted ahead, lantern swinging softly, leading us along a path that sloped gently upward. After the shadows faded, Fox rose and trotted ahead, lantern swinging softly, leading us along a path that sloped gently upward. The air felt warmer now, carrying the faint sweetness of night-blooming flowers and the rich scent of damp earth. Fireflies floated lazily above, weaving golden arcs, and we followed, feeling lighter, calmer, as though the brief disturbance of the shadows had only reminded us of the forest's magic. Ahead, the trees began to thin, revealing a small, glimmering lake, its surface perfectly still, reflecting the silver moon and countless stars. The fox paused at the edge, sniffing the air, then looked back as if urging us to step closer. We did, feeling a strange, gentle pull in our chest, a warmth that spread from our heart down into our limbs. Gazing into the lake, we noticed something remarkable. Our reflection shimmered oddly. The soft glow of the fireflies and lantern light dancing across the surface. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the forms staring back began to change. Limbs stretched and softened, features shifted gently, and in the reflection we saw not the small, hesitant figure we had been, but a confident, curious young boy, standing tall and strong, yet still tender and wide-eyed, full of wonder at the world around him. The fox nuzzled the boy's foot softly, and we realized this transformation had not hurt or frightened us. It felt right, natural, as though the forest itself had prepared us for this moment. Breathless with awe, we stepped closer to the lake and reached out a hand to touch the reflective water. And when our fingers brushed the surface, ripples spread outward, carrying away the last traces of our old hesitation, leaving only openness and curiosity. The boy, now fully himself, smiled softly, feeling the gentle power of the forest, the steady, protective presence of the fox, and the world around him more alive than ever. Slowly, he followed the fox along a narrow path that wound past soft moss, glowing mushrooms, and fireflies flickering lazily in the night air. Every step felt lighter, freer, as if he had been waiting all his life for this moment of change. In the distance, he noticed a faint light, warmer than the moon, brighter than the lantern's glow, moving softly among the trees. Curiosity pulled him forward, and as he neared, he saw her, a young girl, delicate yet full of quiet strength, surrounded by tiny glowing flowers that bent toward her as if greeting her. She smiled softly at him, and for the first time since the transformation, the boy felt something new bloom in his chest. A warmth, a tenderness, a gentle fluttering of something he had never felt before. The boy stepped closer, heart steady but fluttering, as the girl's eyes met his. She smiled softly, moonlight catching the edges of her hair, and tiny glowing flowers bent toward her as if greeting them. He reached out a hand, and she did too, their fingers brushing lightly, sending a warm, gentle glow through them both. Fireflies drifted lazily above, lantern light mingling with their glow, and the forest felt calm and alive, watching quietly. The fox curled at their feet, lantern casting soft golden light across moss and flowers. They walked slowly together to a small clearing where the tallest flowers glowed faintly silver, forming a gentle circle around them. Sitting on the soft moss, their hands stayed intertwined, each glance and soft smile sending waves of comfort and trust through the night. The moon rose higher, silver and luminous, casting gentle shadows through the grove. The boy leaned back slightly, feeling the earth beneath him, the warmth of her hand in his, and the calm rhythm of the forest around them. For the first time, he felt completely at peace, ready to drift into sleep, knowing he was no longer alone, held gently by the magical forest, the fox beside them, and the quiet, tender magic of new love. The boy and the girl sat quietly in the glowing clearing, holding hands, the soft light of fireflies and the fox's lantern dancing around them. The forest hummed gently with life, the stream murmuring, leaves rustling, and flowers pulsing faintly in rhythm with their steady hearts. The boy leaned back on the soft moss, feeling safe, warm, and completely at peace. The presence of the girl beside him filling him with a calm joy he had never known before. The fox curled up nearby, tail wrapped neatly, lantern glowing faintly, as if blessing the night and the gentle magic that had brought them together. Slowly, the boy and girl closed their eyes, breathing in the soft night air, letting the forest, the moon, and the gentle sounds of the night carry them fully into sleep. The stars above twinkled softly, and the world felt quiet, perfect, and infinite, as if holding them in a tender embrace that would last until morning. And as the night deepened, we too can rest, safe and calm, carried along by the magic of dreams, the quiet of the forest, and the steady, comforting presence of gentle friends. Thank you for joining this journey, for following the fox, the boy, and the girl through this peaceful, magical night. If you made it this far, it would really help if you could subscribe, leave a comment, or just share the calm with someone who might need it. Sleep well, dream deeply, and good night.